Welcome to Clubhouse with a review of the Bandai SD Gundam World Heroes Sasuke Delta Gundam, the loyal ninja retainer of Nobunaga who looks real cool but really hasn't done much yet in the story as of episode 11. Sasuke Delta Gundam comes to us as the third round of releases along with the War Horse, and it is the only named character in this pair of new releases, so he has the stage all to himself, and just as well because a lot of people have been looking forward to him. Getting right down to business, Sasuke Delta Gundam was released on June 19th, 2021 and was priced at 660 yen. The box art continues to be illustrated by SK Yoshinobu, who has been doing the box art for all the SD Gundam World Heroes kits so far, and the lighting on the artwork feels more natural with each release, so Mr. Yoshinobu seems to be improving and tweaking his style on each of these. The box measures 15 by 20.5 by 6.5 centimeters, and it's a regular box for the series. The short side of the box tells us that this is the 6th release in the line, with everything else repeating what's already on the front. The long side has studio shots of all the gimmicks that we're going to be seeing at the kit, and there's quite a lot to get you all excited. The other side only has a link to the official site, and then it's all legal text. Inside the box, we get Sasuke spread across 7 runners with 1 clear runner and no polycap parts. We get a sheet of foil stickers with 1 here for the eyes, 1 for the head camera, then this wraparound one for the forehead, then these 2 here for each of the sides of the top of the chest. Then this one here goes on the left here on the side of the chest. Then this narrow one down here is for the rim of the skirt armor here. Then this one's for the middle. Then this one's for the top corner. And this small one here is for the very edge. These 2 here go on the right foot, 1 for each side. Then these 2 here go on the left shoulder armor on the front and the back. And this V-shaped one wraps around this part extending outwards. Then the fox mask gets these 2 here for the ears. Then this one here that goes right down the middle. Then this V-shaped one for all the patterns nearby. Then these for each of its eyes. Then these patterns for each of its cheeks. For the instructions, we have this bit here on the front telling us more about Sasuke himself. Then on the back, we have the studio shots once again with all the names of his weapons and all of his attacks. And this bit here about his former friend Zaizo Gundam Delta Kai. The color pages have this bit here for the assembly instructions. And then we get this usual but really cool 2-page comic showing Sasuke in action. The black and white side is all for assembly instructions as you'd expect. So about 40 minutes later, we have Sasuke here before any of the stickers are applied. And cool as the design is, he really suffers from the same problem that Sergeant Verde Buster has, where they're both a big block of a single color. Sasuke here at least looks kinda cool with his mint blue clear plastic all over the place, but really you're not gonna enjoy him very much without the stickers. A quick look at the back here gives us some hollow spaces, which are quite visible and they're a bit disappointing. And here's a look at the really nice sculpt of the fox mask with all the details molded as panel lines, and we're gonna get back to this in a moment. But really, we want to see Sasuke as he's meant to be, so let's put some stickers on him. And what a difference it makes! Sasuke comes to life and looks like his character with the help of adding all those red patterns, like with the fox mask here that is transformed by the new red highlights all over it, and the black body hides the black bits of the stickers quite well. And the stickers here are not as unreasonable and as brute force as they were on Edward 2nd V, nor do you get disappointing ones like the front facade that only covers the front of the Benjamin V2's shoulders. The stickers here make sense and they're all an important part of Sasuke, but don't get too happy yet, I've got some complaints. So with 6 kits in the line so far with stickers, I need to complain about the quality here. Specifically, the paper used for the sticker is just too fragile for the strength of the adhesive. Now, of course, it's good that stickers stick to their surfaces because that's what they're meant to do, especially with ones here that go on to really complex surfaces. But if you've built an SD Gundam World kit, you've probably run into this problem before. So you see here the sticker clinging onto my tweezer for dear life and it just won't let go. It's a minor annoyance, but it does tell us that the adhesive is quite a bit stronger than what we usually get with Bandai kits. So an extension of that is something far worse. So if we make a mistake and we need to adjust the sticker or put it onto another spot, this happens when we peel it. The top layer will be ripped right off the bottom when the sticker is going to be ruined. This will happen most of the time, and this is terrible because younger fans will be making these and they will make mistakes, but they can't correct them. And that's not good. So if you're getting some SD Gundam World kits, this really is something you have to look out for. And then we have a second problem with the stickers here, but this is more specific to Sasuke and his design. This kit is a nightmare for builders. Why? Well, let's look at his shoulders here with the really cool red flame details. Of course, the stickers here make sense because we can't color separate all of that on a kit so small and so cheap. But if we look at the right shoulder here, it's all nice and smooth, and actually the left shoulder is exactly like this. None of those flame details are marked with panel lines. Now you'll understand this as a builder because that means a lot of extra work to turn the stickers into a guide for you to either mask them off or mark your own lines into the kit. I mean, this is a cool kit, but it's certainly not friendly to builders. Now, to be fair to the kit, let's go back to the fox mask before the stickers. It's amazing, and it absolutely doesn't have this problem. Every small detail is molded, and you have a clear guide of where to paint, and this is all done up properly. It's a lovely example of how the other parts of this kit ought to be. Okay, so let's go praise the details some more with the crest on the forehead here with a mix of several blade antennae. It's a really small thing, but it is a lovely design. But really, this is an excuse for me to talk about the horns that are on top of them. These aren't a random detail. You see, these are a reference to another famous ninja, the Hyakkimaru. So you see the black color and his silver horns. Older fans of SD Gundam will pick up on this and they're gonna be quite happy. And in case you think I'm nuts, there are other similarities too, so have a close look and share in the comments if you catch any of the others. There's a link in the description if you want to visit the page for yourself. And let's have a look at those really nice clear blue details like this bit poking out of the side of the face here. And the slits here on the shoulders that go along with the bit coming out of the side. There's just a lot of small details here done of clear plastic. And I really do appreciate how it adds to Sasuke without being overused like on Benjamin V2's shoulders. And no, I won't ever stop picking on those. This is an example of clear plastic that's used right on an SD kit. Now let's look at his weapons, starting with the throwing star on his back, which we saw a little bit earlier. You can pull this right on out, and it has a 3mm peg on this side, which works with this nice new hand that we get that's in a nice ninja pose. It has a hole on this inner side here, and you can plug the throwing star in like this. There is a 3mm hole on the other side though, so you can find a compatible stand and have it on display like it's being thrown out. So it's a simple little weapon, but it has all its bases covered. And then we have the claws on the side of the arms. Now they're mostly static details, I know, but they do add a lot of context and story when you play with Sasuke, and they do move up a little bit if they get in the way, but this is more for the transformation that we're gonna see a little later on. But what every young fan is gonna love is this ninja style sword with a straight blade that comes in this beautifully decorated sheath. Now it does have those usual ugly hollow spaces on the top and the bottom, but the dark plastic kinda helps you ignore it a little bit. The sword itself has a bit of character too, with this nice long and straight grip here with a wrapped handle and a spike detail on the end. Then the blade itself has this little notch here on the bottom that resembles a jute that can help Sasuke catch blades of other swords. The entire sword is also very long and very satisfying to pose and see in Sasuke. So, as his main weapon, this is something that a lot of fans would be very happy with. So, Sasuke looks cool and his weapons are cool, but he's not done yet, because there's still this transformation which adds even more value to this kit. To turn him into his fox form, we need to take a few things off, like the blade antenna, and the really nice fox mask, the star on the back, and also his sword, and then the claws on the side of his hands as well. Then we need to pull off his head, which reveals this odd little bit with his mouth on it. If we turn it around, we can see the jaw of the fox, which we can flip down. For the head we just removed, we want to take off the top here, which can be a little bit stubborn. Then we'll need to remove this gray piece that kept the mask held up. We can then put the top of the head back on. The head goes back in place, but now it's offset a little bit towards the back like this. That'll give us room to put the fox mask onto the front here to complete the fox's head. Don't forget to put the blade antenna back on, but this time on the back like this. Then we need to turn the hands upwards like this, and have them hold the claws on the handles here like this. On the side of the feet, we can fold out the fox's feet that are tucked away, And then on the back, we can raise his entire legs towards the back, and then the feet can point straight out and flip back like this. And this lets us put the two sides together to make a really big and bushy tail. You might need to press on the thighs a little bit to get the tail to close up because the ball joints there have quite a lot of friction. And on the back, you can choose to have Sasuke keep his sword here on this hole or the throwing star, but sadly there isn't enough space for both of them. This very last part here is optional, but remember this piece that held up the mask? Well, it can also slide into the mask like this, and we get a rectangular slot here which looks a little strange until we slide in the ninja sword. And this way we have the Senko form of Sasuke, and it's hard not to be impressed by this. Now the kit uses the same standard joints that we get on every other SD Gundam World Heroes kit, and they only gave the feet a little bit of wider range of movement, and from that they give us this fox transformation which looks properly like a fox and not just Sasuke down on all fours. The gimmick that lets him bite and hold onto the sword is wonderful, and really Sasuke upstages Wukong with an even better alternative form than his. In fact, this is so good that Sasuke will spoil you, and you're gonna find some of the other kits a little underwhelming if you buy them after this one, and I guess that's a nice problem to have. So let's turn Sasuke back into his MS form and look at the articulation. The head goes really far up, and that's needed for the transformation. It doesn't really go down at all. It turns side to side only a little bit before the back of the head blocks it. The shoulders can be pulled out like all these kits can, and that gives us a forward tilt like this. And the shoulders can be adjusted on the ball joint, although the joint is a little bit stubborn. The arms can swing a full circle without any problems. The lower arms can be adjusted on a really stubborn ball joint, mostly because of the clear plastic that's used on the socket. The hands can turn a full circle, and if you pull them out a little, they can be adjusted on a ball joint. The waist dips forward this much, and it goes backwards this much. It can rotate a full circle with nothing getting in the way. And the front skirt doesn't move at all, sadly. And the legs can move on their ball joint. Again, there's a lot of friction here. And there's a bit of knee bend, but the armors will get in the way a lot. And thanks to the transformation, the feet can flip all the way down, and it moves on its ball joint like this. The articulation here is in line with all other SD Gundam World Heroes kit, so it really tries its best, but you're still gonna have to be a little bit creative to help it get into all the really cool poses. I mean, it's all there, but it will take a little bit of effort from you. I think in Sasuke's case, the design is so cool and interesting that there are many poses that you can do that's gonna look really good and give you a lot of story. So really no complaints here. For size comparisons, here we have the SD Cross Silhouette RX-78, and then here's the handsome Zacto representing the Legends BB line. Sasuke here is slim and sleek as a ninja should be, but he still fits nicely with the other kits, so you can have him on display with any other SD kits you might have, and it's all good. With all that said, here's the Hobby Clubhouse 3-point verdict on the Bandai SD Gundam World Heroes Sasuke Delta Gundam. Number 1. He has stickers done right. We all get that in an ideal world, we won't need a single sticker, but the ones here give us details that aren't easily attainable even if you're a skilled builder. And they're not slappy nor half-hearted, and even for something as complex as a fox's mask, they fit so nicely. My complaint with them breaking easily is one thing, but overall, this is an excellent example of what a kit should be like when the stickers are designed into it properly. And number 2, it offers us great value. Now, I swear I don't actually hate the Benjamin V2, but the poor guy costs 110 yen more, and on paper it has more weapons than Sasuke, but I guarantee that you won't feel like you're getting as much as you do in this box. The weapons work well here with Sasuke, and they each add a lot of value to the kit. The transformation is beautiful, and it's so complete that you can enjoy the fox as its entirely separate thing. And you don't feel that the designers cut a lot of corners at your expense. This is 660 yen that's well spent, and you're gonna get plenty of enjoyment out of it. And number 3, it sets a high bar. You know, those teacher's pet that we all have in each class that upstages everyone and makes everyone look dumpy and lazy. I mean, sorry if you're the teacher's pet, but I didn't expect any of you guys to be watching a Gundam model video. Anyway, Sasuke here is just like that. He's so awesome and he works so hard to please you that you're gonna love him to bits, and yes, everyone else will look a bit dumpy and lazy, even though they're actually pretty awesome on their own. Sasuke doesn't even cost you more money, so you can't help but wonder why can't all 660 yen kits be this awesome. The other kits you've bought will feel less amazing because Sasuke brings so much to the table and it shows everyone what a good SD kit ought to be like. So that's a review of Sasuke Delta Gundam, one of the best, if not the best, of the SD Gundam World Heroes kits so far. No wonder Nobunaga likes this guy so much. Thank you so much for watching. Come look us up on social media with updates on upcoming videos and sneak peeks at future projects. Links are in the description below. Or hang out here some more with one of these other videos, like the review on the pirate duo from the previous round of releases. But before you go, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to be notified of new videos from Hobby Clubhouse, and I'll see you next time.